This video contains spoilers for the FNAF movie. If you have not watched the FNAF movie yet, please watch in theaters or on Peacock. Thank you. I am divisive about the ending to the FNAF movie and how it relates to the game storyline because I don't know how to approach it. I don't know how to approach it in terms of the story. I don't know how to process it. Should I process it like a book? Like one of the FNAF books? Or should I process it as a direct canon event that is not parallel but is the exact same as the games? And looking at it, I can't justify that because the phone guy is not the purple guy, and Vanessa does not show up in the game, so I can't feel like I can do that. But I also don't feel like I can make it exactly parallel branches and address it like a book because it just feels, wrong. But I think that's how I'm going to approach it for this theory. So let's put on our theory caps because it's time for the theories. Alright, so first we have to look at the family tree. It looks like Abby could be a representation for Charlie since she almost got put into it looked like the Anna baby from the books, but it could also be the movie's representation of Baby. It looks like Abby is going to be Baby. Sorry, Matt Pat, I know I told you wrong, but I think she is, but not in this movie. Probably next movie, I'd imagine. FNAF 2 probably at the end of the movie. Now, this is my theory. This is, whew, if we're taking it as direct as the events in the movie and the events in the game are the same. Michael is not in Afton. Abby is not in Afton. And, of course, Mike's younger brother is not in Afton. Now, if you take it like that, why is Mike called an Afton in the games? Well, it's never really confirmed that he's an Afton in the games. And in the book, Mike's not even mentioned in the encyclopedia. And Baby is supposed to be a representation for Abby, which means Abby is Elizabeth, right? Wrong. I think it's Charlie. And this goes back to John's theory on how Baby is supposed to be a brunette, like Charlie, and Charlie's actually trapped inside of Baby. And I feel like he was actually right with that theory. So now, taking that information as you will, Mike's a Emily. It's Mike Emily, not Mike Smith. I feel like, so in the movie, it said his father left the picture after his younger son's death. You see the car hallucination? I think that's a representation for the mimic. How Henry's younger son died to the mimic. So he just left. He couldn't take it anymore. Abby represents Charlie. Charlie died outside, like stab, 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 right? But that's not how that works. It doesn't make sense. So I'm setting up a direct parallel. So they're kind of contradictory. Mike's younger brother, instead, is a representation for Charlie. And Abby is a representation for Henry's son who died and the mimic mimicked him. So that just leaves Mike, who was probably just calling, William his father. He goes, "Father, I'm here, father," as we see in Sister Location. I think that's to represent something else. I think that's a representation, maybe like a metaphor or something. I haven't quite figured that out yet, and please leave your theories in the comments because this is the most confusing movie compared to the games, and we're just going to have to see how it plays out. But this leaves the question, what's with Vanessa, man? Oh my gosh. Okay. Vanessa is an Afton, which proves that Vanessa's Elizabeth. Oh my gosh, it's very confusing. Which means Elizabeth. Ugh, Vanessa's not real and she's possessed by Elizabeth's spirit. That's confusing, to say the least. And it gets very hard from there. I like the movie, but when I really started thinking about the lore, it got really confusing. And I love to see Matt Pat's take on this. I like to see John's take on this. I like to see any of the FNAF theorists' take on this. But I personally don't think. I'm not going to title this video "The FNAF movie solved FNAF," but I think it actually did, so I might actually title it. Because it did solve that Matt Pat was right with Vanessa being Elizabeth. And more than likely that Gregory is a robot, because if that's right, then Gregory has to be a robot. Which I know a lot of people were probably not happy with, but it's just the truth. It's just the truth. This is Pumpkin Slasher signing out.